It's time now for the Athlete of the Week, and it's brought to you by Diamond Point and Sauk Center here on Midmnsports. And with us today is the Melrose athlete. This is Mia Meyer. Mia, how you doing?
I'm pretty good, you know.
All right. Let's start out by telling us who's in your family, okay?
Well, my parents are Stacy and Barry Meyer, and then I have two older twin brothers, Drake and Colton.
Drake and Colton, where are they these days?
They're both at NDSU, actually, and they're doing good. I think they like it up there a lot.
You know, I think back to those days, and when they won the state championship in basketball, what grade were you in?
I would have been in 9th grade because they were in 11th.
All right. What are your memories of that and that whole season and going down to the state as a 9th grader?
It was definitely super fun, even though I was only in 9th grade. It was awesome to see my brothers out there. You know, I look up to them a lot in sports, and we're definitely very competitive with each other. So
I've always thought this then too, as you were growing up, and those guys are over at your house all the time, right?
Yep.
Now, are they
Every
picking
day.
on you or what?
Most of the time, yeah, they like to pick on me, and their friends do too, but
Okay, but you can take it.
I can take it, yeah.
Okay. What other activities are you involved in school?
So volleyball, basketball, and then National Honor Society. So it's like our volunteering at school to help out with like elderly in the food shelf and stuff like that.
Is that right? How much of that do you do?
It goes year round, and we usually have something like 1 or 2 activities every month.
How do you do in school? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I got a 4.0.
Is that right?
Yep.
Good for you. What kind of subjects do you like? And
I
why?
really enjoy sciences, so I'm thinking about pursuing something in science next year.
Okay. What are your plans for next year?
I have decided to go to NDSU for either pharmaceutical sciences or possibly a med degree is still in the back of my mind.
Sauk Center with a 7-point lead. Melrose to our left, up ahead to Courtney Garrett. This time she could take a swing at it. Blocked though by Julie Dahman. Gives it right back to Melrose. Mia Meyer out of the middle. She gets the kill. Mia Meyer has had much more success playing middle tonight for Melrose. Let's talk about the volleyball season and the season that you just had this past fall. 24 wins, right?
Yep.
At the start of the season, what were some of the goals and what did you talk about and how did the season go for you?
I think our season went really well. You know, we weren't returning a lot of our starters or anything. We had a lot of new people, but we really clicked as a group and we had a lot of group chemistry. Like we didn't fight much at all or anything, and our goal was just to keep improving every day.
As you bring up that with just getting along, it's a big thing, isn't it?
Oh, it definitely is. You can totally tell.
Yeah. And how's the basketball team now?
Great. We have a lot of the same girls out for volleyball and basketball, so.
I look at it, not that I know a lot about these teams, but I'm sure every team, every sport, you got some drama, right?
Yeah, it's usually there, especially with girls.
Then how do you handle that? Is it up to the captains, the coaches, or what goes on?
Yeah, I think it's definitely more between the players because the coaches don't usually see it as much, and I think it's definitely more of the seniors that need to kind of control it and let people know when they're being drama and everything.
So not to get into specifics then, you as a captain, then how do you handle something like that?
I definitely take it on as myself to like approach the person and like tell them that they should be nicer or anything or like try to follow suit as our captains do.
Is that something then to go say take you back to 9th grade and you saw the older girls? Did you learn from some of those girls?
I definitely did. I had a lot of great role models throughout my years.
Yeah, who were some of those people?
Definitely my starting year, I had a lot of good girls on my team. I had like Emily Gert, Justine Reverman, Sandra, definitely a lot.
Another thing about playing sports too is injuries, and you've had your share, right?
I have.
I guess that's just part of the game, right?
Yeah, you just got to keep going.
Yeah, so how do you handle that then? Is it, again, do you get support from home, your teammates, coaches, or say, what injuries, first of all, have you had?
So my sophomore year, I had 2 concussions during basketball, and it actually messed up my eye a little bit so that if I played, I could have gone blind, but.
That's not a good thing.
No, it wasn't a good thing. And then before junior year in the summer, I tore my meniscus, but I went through volleyball because I just felt like I could push through it, but then I knew when basketball came, I wouldn't be able to sprint or run heavily on it. But, yeah.
So as you then get hurt and you're out again, it's got to be depressing, right?
Oh, it definitely is. I do not like sitting on the bench watching.
Yeah, so again, how do you get through that? And I bring this up only because there's going to be other athletes that are hurt too, or maybe hurt right now. What do?
You just got to keep encouraging all the players that are on the court, and you definitely have to be really loud, even from the bench, you know. just giving your advice, like even though you're not on the court, you can still give good advice just from watching.
Do you find that with other players too, some are quiet, some are not? Where do you put yourself in that category?
Yep. I'd say I'm definitely more of a quiet leader. I mean, maybe the past year I've become more vocal, but definitely 9th, 10th, 11th, I've definitely led more quietly than other people.
Getting back to the volleyball season now too, I watched you as you progressed. Years past, you just were middle, just blocking basically. How did you progress then? And again, I give this advice to younger players that you just don't play the one spot and think you're going to be there all the time, right?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I played on the right side for the back setting, like 9th, 10th, 11th grade. And then this past year I was in middle, and it was definitely a lot different because the middles don't get as big an approach. So you definitely have to be a lot faster as a middle, and it does take some work, but when you work through it, it goes good.
Now, you also played a lot of back row, though.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And how did that go for you?
It was okay. You know, I felt my knee was a little hesitant at times, but it went okay mostly.
As your volleyball team progressed to, who do you kind of point to where this is why we're playing better here as the season went along? Who are some of the teammates that you could talk about with that?
I definitely felt like Micaiah Littmer stepped up a lot this year, and I felt like I could trust her a lot as my setter, and we really clicked together. You know, and our libero is always super important. Kelsey was a good libero, and the past years, Taryn and Sandra both were awesome too.
And when you had players like Michelle Cheetah, Courtney Garretts, even though they're not 6 feet tall, they still take a swing, don't they?
Oh yeah, they like to swing.
Yeah.
They like to try and beat my blocks, I think.
Yeah, they were fun to watch. I'll give them credit there. And so
and those two are both definitely vocal, emotional sparks. They like to get loud.
So now the basketball team. Who's out there for you? Who are we going to see on the floor?
Well, my seniors, Cassie, Whitney, Sydney, Vanessa, she just came back for us actually, and then Courtney Wentzman.
On top now. She's going to have to do a good job of running the offense with Klopp-Hockey out. Here's Mia Meyer posting up. Left-handed shot is up and good. Mia Meyer. Good post-up move that time. A back-to-the-basket move for Mia Meyer. You know, when you look at the basketball team and volleyball too, it all starts up here, doesn't it?
Definitely.
Let's take you back to when, again, with volleyball. You're playing at Sauk Center, all right, that night that Melrose won that night.
Yep.
Okay. What is the mindset? What do you talk about? How confident were you going in, and what was clicking that night?
I thought our defense really clicked that night. They did a really good job of keeping the ball off the floor, and you just have to go in with the mentality that you want to win this game more than they do.
Melrose can finish it now. Here comes Garretts to drive it. Cross-court shot dug out, though, by Thiessen. Sauk Center gets it up and over. Melrose ball again on offense. They go back set. Weekman drives it down, and she'll score! Melrose will win. The last drive good by Kiana Weekman. And Melrose has won at the Sauk Center gym 3-2. Do you find that then too with basketball here? This is what you're going to have to face with playing them again, and
yeah, I mean, they're a good team, and we'll try to compete with them.
And you also have to adjust now to a new coach. What are you talking about with the new coach and some of the things that are being talked about?
Well, he's definitely just trying to get a feel for us. You know, he doesn't really know how we play this much or play much right now. We did play with him this summer, and it went pretty well. But we're definitely learning how he likes to run things compared to our last coach. But things are going well.
And that's Coach Evan Reller.
Yep.
Right? All right. So we want to wish you well, and it's been fun watching you grow as an athlete.
Thank you.
Are you having fun at school?
Yeah, this year's been a blast.
And it's much better being healthy, isn't it?
It is. It's about time.
Good. Good luck this season.
Thank you.
All right. That's Mia Meyer, and she is the Athlete of the Week, brought to you by Diamond Point here on Mid-Minnesota Sports.